Okay, so we begin with the next type of coordinate system, that is the normal and the tangential coordinate system. Yesterday we had done the rectangular coordinate system. This is the second type, that is the normal and tangential coordinate system. So if I have a particle which is at P on this curved path, velocity is always tangential to the path. So this is the tangential direction and this is the normal direction. Okay, at any given point a tangent is drawn towards which the velocity is directed. That direction is known as tangential direction, and perpendicular to the tangential direction is the normal direction towards the center of curvature of the path. Rho is the radius of curvature of the path. Now, if the motion of the particle is described with respect to these two directions, that is the tangential and normal direction, it is known as the normal and tangential coordinate system. Okay, so now consider the position vector along the tangential direction is ET, position vector along the normal direction is EN. Suppose ET makes an angle theta, then this entire thing is 90 plus 90 and this will be 90 minus theta. So ET is the unit vector along the tangential direction, EN is the unit vector along the normal direction. ET in component forms can be written as, in a vector form, cos theta I plus sin theta j. EN can be written as minus sin theta I plus cos theta j. Differentiate both with respect to theta. So this is what you get. D et by d theta will be minus sin theta I plus cos theta j, or similarly for En, and I can rewrite this in this form. D et by d theta, this is nothing but En. So I can write it as En, and again here this is nothing but Et. So I can write it as Et. Now velocity component. Velocity of a particle is always tangential to the path. The normal component of velocity must be 0. For a particle moving on a curved path, the velocity, there is only tangential velocity. The normal component of velocity is 0. Therefore, the total velocity is nothing but the tangential velocity, and Vn is equal to 0. Acceleration component. We'll derive an expression for acceleration component. A, as we know, is d by dt of the velocity vector. So that is nothing but d by dt velocity vector. Velocity vector is equal to velocity into position vector in the tangential direction. Why? Because the velocity on a curved path is only directed in the tangential direction. Since the particle is moving on the curved path, both v and et are variables. So I differentiate this. I am arriving at equation 3. But d et by dt, this d et by dt can be rewritten as det by d theta by ds into ds by dt. Now I'll derive an expression for d theta by ds. Suppose I have a particle which is moving from P to P1, covering a distance on the curved path ds. Okay, the radius of curvature is rho. Then ds, the arc length ds, is given as rho into this angle d theta, or d theta by ds is equal to 1 by rho. This I'll substitute over here. So this equation can be rewritten as En. This is nothing but En according to equation 1. This I've derived it as 1 by rho, and ds by dt is nothing but v. Substitute this in equation 3. So this one I'll substitute it in equation 3. So we get acceleration as dv by dt et plus en into 1 by rho v square. We can rewrite this in this form. So the coefficient of et is nothing but acceleration in the tangential direction. Coefficient of en is nothing but acceleration in the normal direction. Okay. So the total acceleration vector is at et plus an en. So at is nothing but dv by dt. An is nothing but v square by rho. So the total acceleration a is given by under root of at square plus an square, and the direction of the total acceleration is at by an. So we need to remember at is dv by dt, an is equal to v square by rho, and velocity v is the tangential velocity. Now some important points to solve which will help you to solve the numericals. An is always directed towards the center of the curvature. The normal acceleration is always going towards the center of the curvature of the curved path. At reflects the change in speed, while an reflects the change in direction of motion. If a particle is moving at constant speed, then at is equal to 0. And always while solving numericals, if you have to use kinematic equations for curvilinear motion, the A you will consider is the tangential acceleration. So your kinematic equations, instead of A, you will always consider AT. Okay. When the particle is moving along a curve and the equation of the curved path is given to you, y is equal to f of x, then the radius of curvature can be given by this expression. So radius of curvature is equal to vx square plus vy square to the power of 3 by 2 divided by vxay minus axvy, where vx and vy are velocities along the x and y direction. You remember the rectangular component, and ay and ax are the acceleration along the x and y direction.